Alright, let's do some adding and subtracting roots and radicals here. So how would you simplify this expression here? Do you notice that both of these have a 5 to the 3/4, right? Okay, so these are what's called like radicals or like terms, right? You know how like if we had 3 root x plus 4 root x, it'd be 7 root x because they have the same index, right? Square root, both of them are square root, and they have the same thing underneath. Their radicands are both x's, right? Well, if that happens, you have like radicals. So like right here, you see how both of them have 5 to the 3/4, right? So 3 5 to the 3/4 plus 4 5 to the 3/4 is 7 times 5 to the 3/4. Okay, those are like radicals. Another way to think about that is say, you know what? Let me just take that 5 to the 3/4 out, and I got 3 plus 4 in there, which is 7. But I'm usually going to write that 7 times 5 to the 3/4. Or at least that's my preference on that one. Okay? Or you can leave that in parentheses, what have you. Okay, let's do another one. How about 4th root of 64 plus the 4th root of 4? 4th root of 64 plus 4th root of 4. So you're like, you know what, let me break this down for a minute here and see if I can get some like terms with this. So you know how 16 times 4 is 64, right? And then you're like, hey, the fourth root of 64, you know, you got the 16 4. I can break that up and I say, well, that's the same as the fourth root of 16 times the fourth root of 4. I still got this fourth root of 4 over here, right? Now you notice, hey, both these terms, I got one term, two terms, right? But they both have this, see how that one's got a fourth root of 4, this one's got a fourth root of 4? So why don't I take a fourth root of 4 out, and I would be left with 4th root of 16, right? And then I got plus the 1 there, okay? Now, this 4th root of 16, what's the 4th root of 16 right there? Well, 16 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? Isn't the 4th root of 16? So you got 4 of those. It's actually 2, isn't it? So I got, in front here, I got this 4th root of 4, and then this is actually 2, this one. So I got 3 times the 4th root of 4. And you'll typically see that written that way, right there. 3 times the 4th root of 4. Okay? So lots of practice with these things here. Let's do 4th root again. Let's go 81 x to the 12th. Okay, so again, we're looking 4 of a kind, right? We're trying to simplify these expressions. Now we're involving some variables too, okay? So let's take a look at this. We're like, well, I can break this down, this 81, 9 times 9. And I know 9 is 3 times 3. The other 9 is 3 times 3. So already I got 3 4s, or 4 3s, don't I? And then look at this x to the 12th. And I'm like, well, I got... Now you're probably not going to want to do this every time, but you could... We'll do this one time and see, make sure that this thing makes sense to you. So we're like, okay, I got a 3 I can take out. I'm gathering groups of 4, right? There's an x I can take out. There's another x I can take out. And then I got 4 more x's right there. So I got nothing left underneath, right? So my answer ends up being 3x to the third. Okay? Now if you want to, you can also write these, or approach this a different way here. You could go, you say, you know what to the 4th gives me 81? I know that 3 to the 4th gives me 81, right? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And I know x to the what to the 4th gives me 12. I say, well, that's 3, right? X to the 3rd to the 4th, because I would multiply those two, right? So there's my 12x's, if you will, okay? So I'm trying to take it, I'm trying to get this number here to be the same as my index, right? Because as soon as I got 4 of a kind, right, I know that 3 is coming out, and then I know x to the third. I have 4 sets. I have 4 of these x to the thirds, don't I? Okay? I have 4 sets of those x to the thirds. In other words, another way to look at that, I have x, 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 right? Looking for 4 of a kind. I got 4 of what kind? X to the third. Okay, so anyways, it ends up being 3x to the third there. Thank you. Let me continue this with another one.